Waving. Yes. Waving. The first wave of 2025 here in the Grow Podcast. Thank you so much for joining me for this first podcast of 2025. It's a new year for me, but yet it's also the same season. Think about that for a minute. That's the title today. That's what we're talking about today. A new year, same season. Let me give you a great example of that. My Rams, yes, the Los Angeles Rams, they're in the playoffs. In case you did not know that, yes, the Rams made it to the playoffs. I love it. I'm excited about my Rams being in the playoffs. Now, a lot of people just get so angry because for those who know me, you know that I'm not a Falcons fan. I'm not. And when it comes to the Falcons, this is all I have to say. Yepper. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. But I'm super excited about the Rams being in the playoffs. And that kind of plays into what I'll be talking about today when I say a new year, same season. Football season started the fall of 2024 back in September. But the thing what is so nice about this it's an 18 game season. They just finished playing the regular season game. And it's a new year. So check this out. That means it's the same football season, but yet it's being played in a new year. The majority of the regular season took place last year. Finished up now in 2025, which is obviously a new year. Now, here's what I want you to really grasp. So many people right now, because it's January, have made New Year's resolutions and all these things they are going to do different. But I want to use a great football analogy when it comes to the playoffs. When a team makes it to the playoffs, listen, they don't go and change their full playbook. No, they don't change the plays. But I'll tell you what happens. They become more serious about winning. Yeah, they take it up a notch. So they're still running the same plays. They may add some new things here and there. But overall, oh no, it's going to be the same thing they started out with. But the thing is, they're more serious about getting the job done. Now, why am I saying that? Because I'll use myself as an example, and a lot of you can relate to this. You know what? I'm getting too old to keep trying a bunch of new things. Now, hear what I'm saying. What I'm saying is starting back over, doing something totally new. I'm talking about once you really lock into your purpose and really lock into those things that are helping you to become the best you that you can possibly be. Here's what I'm talking about. Even though it's a new year, guess what? It's still the same season. I'm still in a season of growing. And when I'm talking about growing spiritually. I'm talking about growing and becoming better mentally. And I'm definitely talking about becoming better physically. So it's being able to tweak some things to become better. But all this starting back over from scratch, no. So I cannot go any further without kicking off this first podcast with some strong inspiration from the Word of God. It tells us in Romans chapter 12, verse 2, it says this. It says, do not conform to the patterns of this world. It's basically telling us, listen, don't look at what the world is doing. Make sure you stay in line with the Word of God. I want to encourage you. Don't try to change up and do something all fancy and brand new. Stick to that thing which God has already called you to do. Okay? Let's continue on. It says, do not conform to the patterns of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. All of us should be at a place in life when you're working on transformation, when you're just working on becoming a better you. So you're transforming. Listen to this. You're going to transform your mind, your thinking, just by renewing your thinking. You're just going to think different. You should be at a place of becoming wiser. That's what I'm becoming wiser now. You should work on becoming wiser. Too often we will work so hard trying to catch those glory days of yesteryears, and guess what you'll end up doing? You'll end up hurting yourself. And when I'm talking about that, I'll go from a physical standpoint. You keep trying to do that hard workout that you did 20 years ago, go ahead. Now, when you finish tearing your Achilles, just know that I told you, hey, man, stop it. No, use wisdom. More so than trying to go out there and do it all hard. How about just try to develop a system of being able to be more consistent than so much trying to hurt yourself? Friend of mine, Lee Haney, Mr. 8-time Mr. Olympia, told me when it comes down to lifting weights, it's not about going in the weight room and annihilating the muscle. It's about stimulating the muscle. And I want to use that in all areas of my life. You know what? It's about stimulation now. It's about stimulating my mind with the Word of God. So when I'm reading now, I read not just to check it off and say it's something I've done. No, it's to stimulate my thinking in a sense of making, setting the thermostat for my day. And I want you to do the same thing. Start using the Word of God in the sense of being that thermostat to set your day. Yes, it's the new year, but stay in that same season of growth. Don't try to change up and do something totally different. Stick to what you've been doing. Listen, you listen to the Grow Podcast. Why? Because you want to work on becoming the best you that you can possibly be. Don't go and throw everything out that you've been working on saying you're going to start new. No, how about just becoming, listen to this, just like it is for players who are in the playoffs now. Just become more serious. I'm working on being more serious about my walk. No, it's not like I've been playing in the past, but what I'm saying is I'm really going to put more effort into something that I've already been doing. Yeah. So now more so than me just making sure that I'm spending time in the Word of God by reading it. No, I'm going to go a little bit deeper and start studying certain words that I'm looking at, or why did God mention that name? You know, just going a little bit deeper, doing a little bit more in-depth surgery. So I want to challenge you. Listen, as you start off this year, 2025, I just got to keep saying it. Don't go trying to do something brand new. No, stay in the season of growth that you're in right now. Stay in that season of renewal right now. Stay in that season of, listen, of peace. Ooh, that's my word right there. No, don't allow this world to change up your flow. Don't allow the governmental changes that's going to take place later on in January to start affecting your flow. No, stay right where you are, right there in your purpose, right in that sweet spot where you can tell you're changing. You know things are getting better for you personally. I don't care about prices going up. I just know that I'm becoming a better person, and you should be feeling that too. Stay right there. Stay focused on just working on becoming a better you. And guess what you'll notice? You'll notice growth starting to take place. So, with that being said, that's it for the Grow Podcast. It's a new year, but yet it's the same season. As I told you, we're going to be changing some things up here on the Grow Podcast. I told you I'm going to go guest heavy, but I had to start off with just me. So listen, here's what I want you to do. Stay focused. And remember, let's go, let's grow. And as always, let's keep it moving, people. God bless. Bye-bye. I'm out of here.